in spirit.
Anyone watch Cowboy Bebop?
Hold on.
I've seen Cowboy.
yeah.
Oh, dude, that opening is so
Hold
fucking
on.
good.
We can't
You.
just start by talking about Cowboy Bebop. You have to have a clean open to a live stream. David's was
For
me
7
talking.
minutes.
David's was me talking about Canadian cartoons. Kuro's is probably ice cream discussion. So we're gonna start my stream very clean. So everybody, just right next to the mic, and then we'll get. Hold on.
Let's start with the worst crap possible.
Oh, what do you mean? This is primo content. Okay.
Any of you play that new Minecraft update?
No, Minecraft guy. We have to do the very professional opening for the 5th time. Okay, so in unalphabetical order, I am here, your terrible guest host, Licky Licky Ice Cream Tensei Man, Spencer Presley. Joining me is Mac off my Maca Big Mac Talk Whopper Boy, Ozzy. Ozzy, how are you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing swell.
Also joining me is my Canadian poof cake, who sometimes talks about anime on the side. Maca, how's it going?
I'm Canadian?
Yep.
You
When
are
he
now.
when he's not playing Yakuza and licking his American Best Buy Steelbook collection, Kuro, what are you doing tonight?
Yeah, I'm reading the chat how everybody's fighting about a video I did like 3 days ago.
Fantastic.
What is everyone
And
fighting
his
about?
favorite North American Cartoon Network exclusive to Australia cartoon, Boku no Pico fan number 1, David, how are you doing tonight?
I'm confused, dude.
Just, don't worry, the
Think about it.
chat will know. First one to super chat Boku no Pico on anywhere just gets I don't know. You'll get like a manga from Mac.
Come on, yo.
Mac mangas.
Super chat.
So
Yes,
so
sir.
yes, we're
Where's that
getting
micro?
into the world's messiest reaction to a thing, and I'm gonna say this. I didn't say
4
this
minutes?
beforehand. We're very close to
4
the
minutes?
reveal of Monarch. Spoilers, everybody. We have a challenge tonight. The
Oh.
first one, not the first one, but the let's see, our challenge tonight. It's kind of like opposite of Pee Wee's Playhouse. No one is allowed to say the P word or the long S word. How long can we
Penis
make it in
sex.
this live stream without saying the SMT word or the P word?
Okay, we can do that.
Okay.
We can do
So,
that.
who...
Am I allowed to say sentinels?
Yes, sentinels are allowed. Sexual sentinels, questionable. But no, how fast can we do predictions? Because I think if we line this up with 1 minute per prediction, we should be good.
P word with robots.
No.
That's what I'm going for.
No, not PP word robots. David, you're the one who's done this the longest, so you should get first dibs. David, what is your prediction for what we're about to see or the monarch that is about to bestow upon you?
4 minutes trailer. We'll see characters, hear music, and possibly combat gameplay.
All right,
New school setting. I want to know what that is too.
David.
Probably
Oh
a keyword
no!
reference.
Did anyone get a Boku no Pico super chat, by the way?
Oh.
X.
Say,
Nice.
yep,
Nice.
talking about it over here.
Somebody,
but no super chat.
Oh, there it is.
Exy.
$2 for David.
Exy raised the
Fergie
bar.
Alice.
Exy raised the price though. The Boku no Pico like tipping jar is at a maximum. We're at $5 by Exy, who just says Boku no Pico. So we have a current winner. I don't know who wants to
Oh.
donate the most to be the Boku no Pico champion, but that is a
Hi.
title.
$2. We love Buko no Pico super chat. Fergie Alice.
No, I
Thank
think actually, David, they donated that for you to say I love blank blank blank. So could you say that with clean audio, please, for them?
I love Buko no Pico.
I also, who doesn't? I buko, you buko, we all Mako, when you're not bukoing on my ice cream cone in the back of my uncle's car, or whatever the story of that manga was, what's your prediction for this we're about to see?
I think it doesn't matter what prediction I make.
Oh
because,
no!
it's already very.
So this is
it's
actually continuing. We're at $9.99 super chat by Ty. No.
Oh, boy.
It's very like obvious that like we already know what the game is. It's just P word 5, but like worse with bad combat. We already know all of this.
I kind
we can
of-
tell all of it
I
already.
kind of hate, like, I thought you were actually going to make, like, a good point, because, like, the thing about it that's really interesting is, I am so sold on this game, more than Boku my Pico, but, like, the funniest part is, I keep getting sold, and I legitimately have no idea how this game looks like in action. Like, this game is, like, reverse SMT5 for me, in the sense of, like, oh my gosh, it's this game I've waited for so long, I've, like, in a week, I've gone from, what's this game, to, like, oh my god, I can't wait for this game!
Demicro, $5.01 super chat. I love Buko no Pico, but you're late, dude.
Yeah, dude. You sorry. You got the Buko no Bopo part is $9.99. You got it. You got to get into the double digits. So
That was a nice try though, but he.
Kuro, last minute
60
predictions.
seconds.
We're so close.
We got 60 seconds
60
prediction.
seconds. Let's go.
It's gonna be really late for us to get that in the West. That's
No
my
way.
prediction.
I'm calling it right now. My prediction, besides that I will
say
interrupt
year.
Adam all night. My prediction is this releases before 2022.
Oh, I know. I think that's summer 2022.
Yeah.
Summer.
Well, it releases this year, doesn't it?
In Japan, that's
October.
true, but
Yeah.
we have no idea.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I'm just being very optimistic. Optimistic as Ozzy mystic. Ozzy, missed on me with your predictions, please.
I'm expecting the wonderful sequel to Tokyo Mirage Sessions we were all promised.
Ooh,
And, here
that
we
was
go.
the reverse SMT word I told you
shit.
not to say. That means you get bonus points. Those are Pico points.
Let's go. It's starting.
Pico point,
What can we
please.
spend those?
Is your
What can we spend those Pico points on?
on my Boku? So are you guys? Is yours
Oh.
actually going? Because mine is just saying beginning shortly.
Yeah,
You might
mine
have
is
to
still-
refresh.
Oh no!
I'm refreshing right now. It's still saying
refreshing.
begin.
It'll take a sec.
Thankfully, actually,
Yeah,
at the very least, thankfully, YouTube Premiere does
refresh.
thankfully like keep it even for everybody.
Yeah, we're supposed to see that sexy intro from YouTube in a couple of
I'm
seconds.
still refreshing. Like, is it supposed to be working?
Yeah, it still just says Premiere will
Anywho.
begin shortly on my end.
Yeah,
Hey,
me
hey.
too.
Can I just say one thing about the YouTube Premiere feature? I really wish they would
Oh,
let
here
us.
we go.
Like, I really wish they would let us customize the
I-
countdown.
Dude,
where it's
Yeah.
as
hey,
long as it's-
I got that $15 super chat. We have a winner,
my
Alex
God.
Sullivan. Buko no Pico. Let's go.
Okay,
as long as
my audio is going horrendously loud for chat. I'm very sorry, you all.
Hear it. I can hear it all the way over here.
Everybody in chat.
Hey, everybody on my chat.
There we go.
like,
All right, we're live reacting. to
Wow, this
Monark
is so
review.
loud,
Let's
YouTube.
go.
Let's
There we
fucking
go.
go.
Wow,
I'm
that
still
was
muting.
loud.
I haven't muted it.
Hey,
I don't care.
y'all.
It's
I,
Can you
pro-
say
I
hello-
legit
hello to
probably
my-
just like blowed out at all my Boku no Pico listeners like things. So I'm at 116. What are you guys at?
187.
102.
1-1.
4.
I'm at 59, 58.
59.
Yeah,
I,
me too.
God, I
57.
love how
With Adam.
YouTube Premiere is so clean. Thank you, YouTube
Yeah.
Premiere. Works every time.
I will say, Mac, for you saying that you wish they had like custom kind of like countdowns. Technically, I had one for a bit because for some reason I've never seen this before.
Really?
In like 3 premieres I had in a row,
That's funny.
my premiere was completely glitched out, where it was like completely.
Like
I don't even know how
I
to
feel
describe it.
I
It's just,
feel
like, static
bad about
nonsense.
like loud Premiere, but also at the same time, like, isn't that kind of like the universal complaint though? Like, isn't literally every YouTube Premiere just like horrendously loud compared to the actual video volume?
Yes.
Like seriously, what I had 2 playing simultaneously. I forgot I had one in the background, and it sounded like I had like put on like almost like a YouTube
Alright,
poop
10.
YouTube Premiere.
9, 8.
Let's
Okay,
go,
no,
let's
can't do the countdown when I'm at 14. That's a little mean to me.
go. 1. Let's go. It starts. It
Oh,
starts.
yeah.
don't be all like, oh, whatever, because we're all out of sync.
That's true.
Oh man, this 3D is not good looking.
Yo, is that Mario?
I
Say.
always don't like the 3D.
No, that looks good. That looks good.
I love you all are commenting on the pre-rendered as if like it's like, oh yeah, this is the in-game. This is the in-game.
No. It just looks good. The art style's
Bro,
cool.
this looks sick.
This is very
Oh shit!
this is very
Ooh,
weirdly
oh.
like stylized, like way more than I thought it would.
I
I like
liked
it though. I like
kind
it.
of it kind of reminds me of was it Scarlet Nexus?
Yeah,
or
Scarlet
whatever?
Nexus, yeah.
I heard that. I heard
That
that.
and
now.
Code,
I'm
Code
almost
Vein
getting-
too.
I'm almost getting like what's it called? It's Soccer Wars vibes a little bit.
No, this will actually sell copies.
No, that's different. That looks way better than Caligula though.
Mm-hmm. I like our anime friends here.
You guys can hear it.
I'm surprised
Yeah.
we're going with such a poppy song, like not in a bad
I
way.
told
Like
you.
it weirdly fits. Actually, I was thinking the art style wouldn't have lent it to that.
I would have
Spencer,
assumed.
what did I
it
tell
would've-
you about TMS?
That's true.
I would have assumed it would go with like kind of more of a metal song or rock.
Also, can I just say, I know we were a little worried about the fact that this is like a school
Okay.
RPG. I love how all of their outfits do not look like generic anime school RPGs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That looks that looks really good. That doesn't look as generic as Caligula. I like what I'm seeing.
Well,
I
it
can't wait.
looks more alive, I guess.
Yeah.
I can't wait until we see all these articles talking about the new P word like.
I'll say that. I'll actually
no.
say this
Well,
right
look
now.
at the,
I
those,
want us to get
those,
into this later.
uniforms though.
I don't know if you guys feel this, and I know like we're kind of more limited. I swear to God, this looks like
Those-
it's
those
this looks
uniforms
like
look
it's
like
made
Persona 4.
in Unreal 4, like Caligula. Because this almost
It
looks like the
kinda does,
Caligula
yeah.
engine.
Yeah, kind of.
One thing I will say I
There's a
really
mascot.
like. One thing I really like about this is
Oh my God, there's some mascot.
The music
There's
sounds weird
there's a
though.
bunny mascot.
Well, I kind of like how the cutscenes actually look like they put effort into them and didn't just go with
Okay,
like
combat.
model standing there.
Yeah.
That's a combat.
What is
This is a great reveal
That's
trailer.
That's strategy.
What the heck is this? Yeah, that's a. Huh.
That's like
We go back to that again. I want to see that
We
again.
will be looping and discussing, I'm sure, for at least 9 hours.
Yeah.
I guess this is a strategy RPG.
I'm so in. I'm so glad
No,
this is not
turn-based.
just like a normal like.
They said it's turn-based.
Well, either way, like I'm glad it's at least using an interesting like mix and is not just your normal 3v enemies. Also, damn, these animations look nice for the battle
Wow.
attacks.
yeah, but no,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Oh.
Those animations too, dude. That looks really
That
cool.
2D
Oh, that
animation is
looks
awesome.
pretty cool. I just don't
But
know.
in,
yeah,
in
there's
case you guys are
potential.
curious, that fog when you're
Oh,
exploring,
Punch
that's
and
just the Switch version. That's the draw distance on that Switch version, guys.
Wow, that's in 4 months.
What an insane like
looks
announcement to
promising.
reveal for
This
this.
looks good. Yeah, no, this
Mhm.
looks good. This looks interesting.
Can I actually put
Yeah.
this out right now? I don't know what this actually says because we're in such a weird year right now. This to me, I could see being like
that's it.
JRPG of PS5 contender. Like sorry, JRPG on PS5 of the year contender. And I know that's like very specific, but like we were talking about earlier, there's just not a lot of
Mm-hmm.
like competition in that sense. Hold on, let me put this on loop because I always fucking forget how YouTube on
Yeah,
browsers
that's
work.
what I'm literally what I'm doing right
Oh,
now.
actually, I forgot.
No,
you
that
can't, you
has
can't loop
potential.
it until you get away from the premiere. It won't let you loop the premiere. Thank you, YouTube. But yeah, hold on. So weren't there 2 other trailers that should have gone live like at the same time?
That was like the BGM thing.
Hey man, we need
I'm not
we
sure
need
about
we
what
need
we
music.
heard, though.
We need
The
music for the
The
B-roll.
music sounds weird. The music sounds kind of weird though.
I know this
The
might surprise some
intro-
people. I think this was a
Yeah.
better reveal today than Battlefield 2042. At least this has a campaign.
That-
At least this has a campaign.
I think you might have a point there.
It's like full metal soundtrack, but everything going on screen is like really calm and all.
Yeah, there's some.
The intro
There's
song
some
that really
music
show you
premiering here.
Meguro.
We need
Yeah,
a
music choices. It might just be the trailer though. I don't know.
We need a
Well, no, there-
word
it's like a
for like
soundtrack
this
thing.
art style. We need like a word for like it's really dark in terms of like how it looks like with like the aesthetics and stuff, but at the same time it's also like very clean. Like it's not minimal, but like
Yeah.
the use
Yeah.
of blacks and whites are very contrast, especially if you look
Mhm.
at the box for the collector's
Oh.
edition and like the cover image on the Twitter account. Now that it's like revealed, it's like with everyone kind of having armor and like the glistening of the effect, like the crown on the middle of the characters, like it's really, really interesting.
It uses lighting really well.
The portrait of the characters, the way that they're drawn, kind of reminds me of like Octopath Traveler, in a way. Not in game, but the way that the portrait are drawn.
I get what you mean, yeah.
They look great. They look
And
great.
I adore Octopath, so I'm completely fine with that.
So I know we're all gonna like jump over each other. So I thought like we should like actually just do a like 1-by-1 quick trailer grade. So not like oh here's everything I thought
can do
about it,
that.
but like we're being very like we're on America Weeb's Got Talent, and this was the trailer audition to us. So like what would our little judges quit be? So who wants to go first for that?
Why don't you go first, man?
Me? Okay. In the scale of weaviness from weave to really, really weave, this is definitely super weave, like a 10 out of 10 weaveness here. um, it's a good trailer, but like I don't know, this is very anything barely comprehensible. Like
Really?
gameplay is like I saw it, but I was like, it's very incomprehensible when it comes to the gameplay. I'm looking at it right now, and I'm
I'm
still like, I have still
I'm
like no
shocked
idea
you
what the
say
gameplay
that
is
just
like.
because like it felt like such a good trailer of like here's your story, here's your gameplay, here's your battles, here's your systems, here's a little bit of a tease for the future. There you go.
Like, I
Here's
get
what
the
I'll.
idea
Here's
of
what.
the game.
here's- Here. Well, here I'll just go real quick. Here's what I'll say to that. I kind of agree with Kuro. I still don't know if this is gonna be like that. Look, like I understand it's gonna be a turn-based thing, but it still
Yeah.
looked very strategy. It looked like a strategy RPG, which none of that was mentioned in any of like the Famitsu stuff. So I am still confused as to how the gameplay is gonna be.
That's my exact thought, because like I see the gameplay, I'm like, oh, that looks neat, but like I still don't get how it's going to actually function, regardless
Right.
of what we've seen. Which maybe I'd have to go over the trailer like 50 more times to kind of
Yeah,
get
I'm
it.
like,
Well, looking at it,
I'm
it's like
looping that gameplay part. I'm like, I just want to know what the fuck is going on in the gameplay.
it looks like
'cause-
a mix of like Valkyria Chronicles and Caligula for the
Mhm.
combat.
I
man,
think
that's
I
terrible.
think you're looking a little too deep into like the actual movement of like I think this is still turn based, but like I don't think the grid is as large and intimidating as you guys are thinking.
I don't think it's
I don't-
intimidating. I just think it's not explained.
Well,
Yeah.
we're
I
also
just- I
we're
don't
also
know-
a 3-minute and 40-second long preview where like we have 4 months for this game to kind of like
Well,
and
that's
no
all we're saying, because you're like, nah, I got this.
Oh, looking
Right.
at it right now, it's like I don't know. I
It's-
like the
it's-
character designs. The character design are great. They look all original and different from one to another, which once
I-
again is something that just looking at it like this, it seems better than Caligula in that regards.
I think
so.
I think artistically,
Yeah.
I really love how this
Yeah.
looks.
Yeah, I
For
agree
real.
with that. The dude that makes the art does really good art. The he illustrated
Sobin, really
Over-
really good
Overlord.
stuff.
He illustrated Overlord the novels, which I read.
Ooh.
So it's really really good fucking art. So from that perspective, his style is so suited for this. It looks like to me, it looks like Danganronpa Persona and like Fire
Oh,
Emblem in
I
a
don't think you can
blender.
say that word.
You said the
Too
P word.
bad.
You said
Said the
you said
word.
the banned
Hey.
word Danganronpa.
No. I earlier I asked you. You said the P and the S, and I asked you penis and sex, and you were yes. And I
Yes.
was like, okay.
Listen, I'm a man. I hear PP,
It's
I hear S
synonymous.
word. I say yes.
Anyway, yeah, they just put up everything in a blender. Oh, and where's that? Neo Tokyo. What is that?
Neo, the
Neo-
world's end with you.
Yeah, the
Oh,
world ends with you. Yeah.
Here's a
That's-
here's a
all
hot
of
take.
this-
Here's a hot take.
style.
This game looks way better than like this game looks like it has more
Yes.
production value than the new fucking World Ends with You, which is hilarious to me.
Agree.
Okay, that's the thing. Like, not really to pivot to that. I was being gaslit by the universe into thinking I was the only person who thought this looks low production in terms of Neo.
Oh no, not at all. I thought when it got revealed, we were talking about like I mean I know I also kind of felt like the minority, but like I think unless you're a World Ends with You fan, like Neo World Ends with You is out literally next month, and no one besides fans cares because it looks super budget. Like, and not even in a bad way. It just looks budget.
That's the thing, and I don't mind it because like I think World Ends with You is awesome. I want to get into those games. I'm excited. I just like it looks relatively cheap, and everyone around me is like, "Nope, you're dumb." I'm like, "Okay."
You're like too close to the sun in that point. But like, okay, so like
Hold
I
on,
know
hold on.
I know we kind of like gave like really quick text menu, but like I did kind of want to like give like a grade for each of us. So like Curry, you kind of seem like you're more on the lower end. Like if you had to give it from F to A, where are you at?
I give the I had to grade like different things.
We're just
the
we're being
whole
whole
thing-
average, and this is not of your hype for the game. This is just I'm grading the trailer. Like, how do you grade the trailer in terms of a reveal?
As a reveal, I think it's a an A. Like it's like you said, like it does character reveal, it does story reveal, it does gameplay reveal. I mean, it did pretty much a good job of kind of like showing the different facets of the game. I just feel like because they did this, they didn't take enough time to show like the facets of the game. You know, it's obviously the first trailer, so. But yeah, I'll give it an A. It's a good trailer.
All
I'd
right.
say it might not help that this is in Japanese, so
Yeah, I
it'd be
was gonna
harder for us
say.
to understand.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Well, spoilers. Like the little bit I do know about like the Western plane for this will also not have an English dub. So just go into knowing that.
All right, that's
Which
not surprising.
which honestly, like
Not
I'm fine
surprised at
with.
all.
Like not all games need an English dub, and the best part about that is not having an English dub means that we hypothetically will get this a lot faster. So like right now, Caligula 2 is going to be out in like a little under 2 months, and I think the aim for right now is September in the West. So I think it's really, really possible that like if this year kind of stays as slow as it is, and we'll find out after like next week with E3, if this week kind of stays the way it is, I think this would be a great post Black Friday, early December RPG. Like right in that, Mac, you'll appreciate this, that like Xenoblade 2 slot of you've got your pre-Christmas money and you just want to sink your teeth into a long RPG.
I can't get excited for Caligula 2.
Well, no. I'm not talking about Caligula 2. I'm saying like Monarch December this year. I think would be
Wow. Oh,
perfect because think
I
about
think
it.
that's way too soon.
But
And that's
but
coming
like
out in
we're
October in Japan, dude.
yeah, but think Caligula 2 months after is coming out in the West. So why would Monarch 2 months after not come out in the West?
Depends on who publishes it.
It's an IS.
I think it's an IS too, but we'll see.
Also,
It just depends on how long it takes for us to get this game.
well, also one of the things we got to talk about again, like we literally just found out about this game like a little over a week ago. I'm amazed how far this looks for how good it is. Like, if this was a low budget, like rushed, we're doing this in a year game, I do not think it would look as polished as this is. Like, at this point, this game's basically done. They're just waiting a couple of months to actually sell it. Like, this looks like it's like you could tell me this is a final trailer, and I would believe you.
It did a good job to like summarize every little aspect of the game, like just like what I predicted before. They showed the characters, they let us hear some of the music, they showed the combat. I assume they showed some of the story, but we can't read what was said, so I don't really know.
Sir,
Good trailer overall.
sir, half of that trailer was story. What do you mean assume? These are like what do you mean?
I mean, I can't read what was on screen. That's what I mean by that. I don't understand anything
I mean,
about the
granted, we
story,
don't-
but they
We don't know if
showed
it
the
was
story.
specifically plot. We just saw a bunch of characters.
Yeah, exactly. because we
Speaking
can't understand
of
what's
plot,
going
we
on
have
there,
a very
so.
special comment by King Norakami himself. Speaking of plot, he said, "I'm just here for the MILF teacher," which we can all
There
get
was a
behind.
MILF teacher.
There was a DILF teacher and a G DILF. That's the triple threat: MILF, DILF, G DILF. This game's got it all going for it.
Oh, Tokyo Ghoul
I don't-
Fire Emblem's a good comparison.
I don't
Ooh.
see. I'll say I don't see P word having any gilfs. G-dilfs.
G DILFs.
Any G
I don't
dilfs.
know. I don't know. Friggin' Yoshida's kind of.
David,
Yoshida.
really quick before we get the other two, what would your letter grade be for the reveal?
Probably B.
Okay, Mac, what about you?
B plus.
B plus. Yeah.
And Ozzy, what about you?
I don't speak Japanese, but it looks very pretty. I'll give it a B plus
Okay.
or a B. I don't know.
I'm and I literally don't mean to be hyperbolic, but like I know I've just been talking about this game a whole bunch over the last week for it. This, like, I had my bar of what I wanted to see in terms of this game, and I wasn't sure of what to see. Because honestly, I was kind of worried we would just get maybe the opening movie and like a snippet of gameplay. Just because a lot of opening teaser reveals are pretty meh. But I'm going to give this I'm sure I won't regret this when it comes out soon, an S tier. I'm going to give this an S tier trailer of like, this is everything I wanted. I saw the whole cast. I got to hear a good diversity of all the people. I saw the battle system. They showed us the fucking menus. You don't show menus unless that game's done, because if you're in game development, you know that shit changes 900 times in the world for it. But like, it's one of those things like literally, and King Norakami also points this out, The only complaint I have going away from this whole reveal is great, when's the official Western announcement? Because I would not be surprised if we all wake up tomorrow or Friday and NIS is just like, oh, hey guys, we're bringing this out. Because remember how quickly they were for Caligula too.
You think it's gonna be that soon? Caligula 2 was really quick, but it wasn't like 2 or 3 days. Wasn't it like 2 weeks or something?
I think it was a while, but you also got to think what else is NIS got to really show, and like not saying that like Atlas and NIS or even companies like of their size need to bring a lot, but I think having like one big announcement or one big like Western thing, because a lot of these companies at E3, they normally don't get a lot of attention, but from fans, they'll make like a couple of small localization announcements. And this would be like a good one of like, hey, this is coming out. This is our big fall game. Because think about it, NIS doesn't really have a lot, and this also kind of ticks the box Caligula doesn't, of this is also going to be a next-gen RPG. Of like, this is going to be coming out on PS5 on top of like PS4 and Switch, which not a lot of games are kind of doing that. Of like, you're seeing a lot of games that are, oh, we're on PS4, which you can play on PS5, but you're not seeing a lot of companies actually commit to it like that.
It's probably going to be the same game though, but with no loading times. PS5.
I want the haptic feedbacks of when I'm just every tile.
Spencer over here
It's not going to be
smoking
in there.
something. What are you smoking, Spencer?
It's
It's not
some of
going to
that.
be in this game.
It was like, dude.
I want the base of every track to be reflecting in the controller. That's where I want the haptic feedbacks to be. Actually, this would be a good question for all of you because I'm not sure if we're kind of split up. I don't have this confirmed, but I have been talking to people about this. There are people who are worried, oh, is this not coming to PC? Don't look at the Japanese announcement as, oh, there's no PC version. A lot of the times the PC version just gets held because it's so kind of weird to make and develop and usually gets ported out, that the Western version will always kind of be the PC reveal one. So assuming PC is just a thing, out of PC, PS4, PS5, and Switch, where are we thinking we would play this, assuming we play this day one?
On Switch.
PS5.
Xbox.
Dude, are you for real? You going Switch?
Yeah.
I need
He
you to
always
explain
plays
yourself.
Especially this type of game. Like, it's not a demanding game. It's going to run perfectly fine on Switch. And
This
I wanna play my games
this
portably
sounds
here.
like something
like crap.
this sounds like something Kuro might be able to help me with. Kuro, you actually played Caligula on Switch, right?
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
bad port, though.
That's a bad
No,
port. That's
no,
not fair.
no,
The
it is
game
not.
already arrived.
It is a
So,
Unreal
you can't
Engine
blame that on
4
the
game.
Switch.
Yeah, that is not a Switch problem. No. Sorry, here. I think you guys are kind of like saying that it cut out a little bit on my end. This is not it's the devs were lazy thing. Unreal Engine. I don't know why I have to keep telling people this. Like, this is a weird
Dude,
thing.
Octopath Traveler and Dragon Quest XI are running on Unreal Engine
Yes,
4. And they're running perfectly fine on Switch.
Octopath Traveler literally had to be fucking backported for 2 years because Dragon Quest is insane and has the budget for that. Octopath should not even be in this comparison because it is an HD game on 2D. This is a thing of like, if you look at it...
What do you mean? What do you mean it shouldn't be in there? You're talking about Unreal Engine 4.
I am talking about
Since this game
Unreal
is
Engine 4 of a game that
it won't
uses
run on Switch.
very little 3D assets, whereas something like this, if you look at most Unreal Engine 4 games on Switch, which most people don't actually play outside of like the Square Enix ones, most Unreal Engine 4 games have an extremely hard time being even remotely comparative to it because of all the compromises they have to make. Because no one's using Switch as the even least common denominator platform. They are developing it PS4 for base, bringing it up for PC and PS5 when they can, and then cranking everything down into potato mode to get it to run on Switch. Even like for Caligula Effect, it's like it's not unplayable. It's not like it is an insanely like you don't see like, oh, you're not playing it and be like, oh, this is lazy. It's like, okay, the draw distance is extremely sucked in. The resolution makes Xenoblade Chronicle 2 look like it's in 4K, and everything has a smear of molasses and it can't even hold a stable 30. When it's like, it's cool that it's on there, and if you go in knowing that, great, but like I just can't stand for a thing of like people being like, oh, well, the devs were lazy, that's why the port's not good. Like, no, it's like realistically, unless you're someone like a Square Enix who can crank Dragon Quest XI money into something, like most companies just have a hard time getting Unreal to work, not because it's a bad engine, not because the Switch is bad. It's literally just a thing of like that engine was not made for systems like the Switch. The fact that it runs literally only exists because things like Epic wanted Fortnite to be on everything. Like, Unreal Engine never was intended to be running on that Tegra chip in the year 2021 when it was old by 2017 standards.
I have no reasons to believe this game's not gonna
Also,
run properly on Switch.
also, Caligula effects already ran like crap from the beginning.
Now, to be fair, the
Yeah.
Vita version is not
He's
not
about to
my
defend.
God.
the Vita version is not running in Unreal, which would be funny if it was. The Vita version was a very demanding Unity game, and as someone who's played a lot of really bad Unity ports, it's far from the worst. There are RPGs that have way, way, way worse stuff for it. And Caligula actually has a lot of like stuff going on in terms of has a lot of unique 3D models. It has a lot of voice acting. Has a lot of like it has a not like there's no loading when you're going from like battles to like stuff. It's a for the Vita, it was a very technologically impressive RPG that like obviously was pushing it to its limits. But yeah, either way, the whole thing it's the thing of the devs aren't lazy. It's definitely going to be hard. I don't think it's going to be trash. People are obviously going to be playing Monarch on the Switch and enjoying it. I'm just so surprised that like, David, you have these $500 machines in your house. And you're like, no, my $200 tablet. That's where I want to be playing this.
I can't put my PS5 on the go, dude. That's the only
like,
thing.
With the power of
like-
remote play,
like-
any game is portable.
I mean, I don't
Yeah.
need a PS5 to run this game, man. That looks like a PS3 game.
Yeah.
You think Monarch looks like a PS3 game? I will
Yeah.
fly to
It
Canada
does.
and show you PS3 games.
100%.
Show me Last of Us. Show me, dude, GTA 5.
I agree.
Oh my god! Yes, please,
I agree
please
with
compare.
this.
Please
I
compare
agree
these
with
games
David.
with $100+ million budgets to these games from developers who've
like-
never had a $10 million
I agree with
budget.
David. I agree with David. This does look like a PlayStation 3 game.
You
I know,
all,
it's just
pretty low budget.
everyone
You
in
can't
chat,
say that. This is a
everyone in chat,
next-gen
please
game,
let me,
No,
please
listen,
let me know if I'm
Spencer,
right or
listen,
wrong.
This
You're
This-
tripping, dude.
this
remember,
looks like a PS3.
P5
This looks
is
like a
PS3
PS.
game.
P5 is a PS3 game, yes, but specifically,
Another
so-
good example.
Oh my god.
P5 looks better than this.
Like a lot better.
That is not fair. P5 has a lot of
No.
like low res ass textures and stuff to it.
So what? It still looks better.
That doesn't change.
Again,
times
also
better.
to not compare it to the
that's
P
not
word.
fair.
My
Okay,
thing I
okay,
want to
okay.
say, I don't want to compare it to other games. I literally just want us to ask all of our chats, or just in general, feel free to tweet or pop in the chat because I have all three of our chats open. Everyone in chat, just say right now, does Monarch look like a PS3 game? Don't say if it looks good. Don't say if it looks bad. Just think if you think it looks like a PS3 game.
Some people,
First
some people already
message is
replied.
PS3 game pretty on mark. First
It-
message that I'm getting.
It does look like PS3.
You all,
Midlife
when is the
PS3
last
game.
time you all actually hooked
Yes.
up a PS3? I will put my
can't even
fucking
say
microphone and
anything.
turn on a PS3 right next to me. Like, I swear you
But
all have not
here's-
touched a
here's the
PS3 in
thing.
5 years.
Here's the thing. Okay, let me speak.
Hey, dude,
let me
I
speak.
beat
Let me,
Dark
I'm
Souls
sorry,
last month. You did.
David. I'm sorry. Let me speak because I've been trying to say this, and all of you
please
keep
do.
talking.
All good. Please. go.
Yes, this looks like a PS3 game, and yes, it's not fair
Thank
to
you.
compare this game to Last of Us, which had like an amazing budget, but that
Yeah.
was also 7 years ago. Like this looks like a like yes, this is definitely not gonna have Last of Us money, but this looks like a high-end PS3 game, but it's years later.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know
I'm-
what? That
Also-
looks just like Lost
I agree
Dimension,
with
which
that.
is another JRPG with a low budget. That looks just like it.
Oh,
Lo-
you know what this
I lo-
reminds me of?
I love Lost Dimensions. Lost Dimensions looks infinitely not like okay. I'll compromise with this because Killamo says a great thing that I think is a good compromise and will get us to shut up and talk about something else. I think that Monarch looks like a great low budget PS4 game. Can we compromise on that?
Yeah, that works.
Sure.
Ariel in my chat says late PS2 game. Yeah.
Oh my god! Anyone who
It
calls
looks like a
anyone
PS1
who
game,
calls
dude.
this a PS2 game, I'm gonna buy a copy of fucking Beautiful Joe and shove it in your face.
it
Yeah,
kinda
well, that's
looks
beautiful,
like-
Joe.
All I'm
To
saying,
me, it
you have
kind of
to
looks like an
hold
SNES game.
Yeah,
Kinda
I'm
reminds me of
getting
FPGA.
Ouya vibes. You guys getting Ouya vibes from Monarch?
Yeah.
All I'm saying, you hold
100%.
this next to DDS, which is standing above. It's pretty easy.
pretty obvious which of the 3DS looks better.
I'll say this: if for everything this game has going against, because a big thing with it, when people saw that it was Furyu, it was like, oh god, it's gonna be low budget. It's gonna be low budget. Not talking about comparisons of systems. Not going to be talking about this. Not even trying to really talk about budget. this does not look like a game that I'm like, oh man, it probably like the only thing at this point where the game would be like, oh, it probably could need more money is if like it's maybe like sub 20 hours.
Definitely, it definitely could need more money.
Well,
I
like
can already tell you that.
what about it? Are you looking at it like, yeah, this thing needs more time in the oven? Like this thing looks done. This puppy looks ready to eat.
No, that
More
is
money doesn't mean more
fine.
time. More money doesn't mean more time. I'm saying like if the initial concept of the game, and this is my issue with a lot of JRPGs, particularly Caligula Effect, and that's my worry about Caligula Effect too. These games are insanely like well thought out. Somebody really had a good idea for this game, and they wrote it out and say, "Hey, this is all my ideas. Cool. This is our budget." Like you definitely cannot make that game, but you're gonna try to make it. Anyway.
You're saying that, but you haven't
answer.
said a negative though. What's the part where you're looking at this like we got to give it some more money?
This looks like a Wii U game.
Yeah, oh,
That's what it looks
yes,
like.
No.
Yes,
Listen,
a Wii U
listen.
game. A Wii U game.
No, David, listen. You're really telling me that this doesn't look like it comes from the same system as Super Mario Sunshine?
Yeah.
I mean, that is a pretty powerful system.
yeah.
That's a good one to say there.
But yeah, the GameCube's actually really good.
Andrew Ratliff just said Spencer confirmed English release date with a dub. If someone confirmed this at 10 o'clock at night, I would be very surprised. But Andrew Ratliff, if you can actually like send that my way through any means, please prove me wrong, because I would love for just someone to be said he got a press release at 10:30 in the night.
I really don't think it's happening,
Doubt
but
it.
it'd be
No.
amazing. Yeah.
Don't expect that. Don't expect that to have a dub.
I'll
No,
say this, guys.
Bigger JRPGs have not had a dub.
We need to talk about this.
Mhm.
Will this game get a steelbook though? Because this art just screams, I
No.
need it on a shiny ass fucking steelbook.
No.
In Japan,
Freaking-
maybe.
USA exclusive.
Nuh-uh.
Nah, in Japan.
No.
I don't-
Come on, Best
No.
Buy pull through.
Spencer, I love how you bullied me with my lack of Yakuza Best Buy Steelbook this week.
You need to be like knocked down a peg. You're getting a little too high and mighty. You're sitting over here telling people Dead Souls is a good game. I saw with Dead Souls Anniversary that people were like, "Oh,
Dead
guys,
Souls is a good game."
let's remember Dead Souls was never." Let's go back to when that game released. Let's go back to
Dead
when
Souls
no
has some
one
good
liked
stuff.
that game. I'm not saying it's a
Dead
bad
Souls has some
game.
good stuff
I'm
in
not
it.
saying it's a bad game. I'm just saying people need to remember the narrative has kind of changed to that Yakuza can't do any wrong, which is definitely not true.
Here's the thing,
Yeah,
because
no.
I haven't played Dead Souls. I don't have any strong opinions on it, but I kind of get what you're saying, Spencer, where like I remember hearing that game being critically panned, and then one day a couple months back people were like, "Dude, Dead Souls was hype." I'm like, "When did this happen?"
Listen, this
when was
is
this
how
made?
you
It's a meme.
this is how you know if something is worth giving any attention to. Did Scott the Woz make a Dead Souls video? I arrest my case. Next topic, everybody.
Oh, okay, that's a good point. I'll give you that.
So I do have a question for everybody.
Mhm.
Do you guys have any concerns about this game?
I'm concerned that my Switch version's gonna have frame drops.
I feel like the only concern I really have is just in general performance, and that's just mainly because, Caligula, but
Mhm.
that's also kind of unfair.
I'll say this,
Yeah.
guys.
Just in
Caligula
general-
on a PS5, running great. That $500 machine running a $20 RPG. It's really kicking those bells and whistles. Let me tell you, it's like when you play It's like when you play Nocturne on like a $1,000 computer. Like, guys, we've achieved maximum HD with this game.
Let's go.
All I'm
Alright.
saying, Spencer, the fact that 13 Sentinels lagged on PS4 made me really question the hardware of any modern game console.
You know, Ozzy, you're right. 13 Sentinels is a PlayStation 1 demake of an NES game. That is a great point.
I mean, I agree. I like how it's a PS1 remake of an SNES game. An SNES game, an NES game.
If you guys ever want to know, like, why are the general preferred sex I'm into not interested in me, just know that we are gathered together here being mad at one another for saying a game looks like it's from a system it is not on. We'll just let that all sink in and just be happy about our Boku no Pico stream.
Listen, we're having a good old grand old time. If
That-
you
Well,
move
I do-
Spencer's-
Oh,
I do
actually,
wanna
Like,
voice-
the old time.
here's a
I
great
do want
question.
to voice my concern.
Oh
on
yeah,
this
go
game.
for the concern because I do have a thought that I think is a question and would be a good concern, and it does involve money
Okay.
and not a way that'll upset me. But no, what's your big concern?
So, you play Caligula Effect, and you guys haven't, right? Have you guys seen gameplay of Caligula Effect?
Yeah.
By the way,
Okay,
I think
so-
we have to like be specific though because it is so different. When you say Caligula Effect, I think Vita. When you say Overdose, you probably say the version most people think
we're
of.
talking about Overdose.
Okay.
We're talking about Overdose. All right. So the first level, the first like 6 to 8 hours of the game, happens in the school, which is basically what's going on here in the trailer, right? And it's really fucking empty and really monotonous, and the map is horrendous. So my concern is that because we're seeing so much stuff in the school, I don't want it to be empty. It does seem like you have a separate dungeon, but you're still spending time in the school. But we noticed that we haven't seen anything outside of the school. So my guess is like one, there's no city to roam around or do anything around, or two, there is a city that you unlock later on, like in Caligula.
That's a
Um,
very fair concern that I think you'll at least know if it's kind of getting dissuaded or not. Like, school, because it is a school-based RPG, like that's more of a fair thing for it. But I think also like again goes back to how much are you really gonna fit into a like sub 4 minute trailer. But then that's all. Like I said, that's something I think you'll either know if it's something that like you'll be worried about, or like not by like like with all Japanese marketing. If you've never followed any Japanese game, especially role playing games, it has just got a hilarious amount of over marketing. Like it'll be like every week will be like a Monarch teaser for the rest of it. By the way, my chat just keeps saying there's a dub. Will somebody just please send me a link or an article? Because everyone's like there's a dub,
Where
there's
is
a dub,
this?
there's a
Yeah.
dub.
What?
Who is
Yeah,
who is this nine?
I
Who is
don't
this?
believe this.
Who is this in the middle
Yeah.
of the night JRPG news breaking website?
I want to bring up my
You
concern
guys
real
tag
quick.
us
Yeah, please,
on the
go for it.
Twitter. Yeah, go ahead, David.
I briefly mentioned it before. It might just be a trailer thing, but to me, it was the music. I think it sounds good, but it doesn't seem too fitting to me. What we see
I
on
don't.
screen.
I don't think that's fair. That's of like literally we got, and I mean, I'm assuming you've not heard the 2 YouTube tracks that are going on.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
Really?
They sound
So,
great, but it doesn't. They don't seem fitting with what I'm seeing.
well, I guess so.
Maybe
Then
it's
what?
just
What's
me.
kind of like what tone were you expecting at least so far? And also, again, it's not fair to judge a game after like 3 soundtracks, but also we're here doing a fucking.
Oh
live
no,
stream.
yeah, I agree. It's a very minor concern of mine. A first thing that I noticed. It's just when I look at the characters and how bright everything looks at times, or too dark at other times, and I hear those tracks that are like, they just sound out of place to me. I don't know.
I agree with David. I did not like the music. I'm sorry.
It doesn't sound bad. I just don't think it fits what I'm seeing for now.
Yeah.
But maybe that.
Were you-
Maybe the
I
game
guess-
will fix it. I don't know.
Is it because like there is such heavy orchestra and then also J-pop that was shown that's like weird to you? Or like I guess like for me, I'm just like I'm coming
It's
at
the
this.
tone of what I'm hearing
Okay.
versus what I'm
Yeah.
seeing. It just doesn't fit in my mind.
It doesn't feel like
Again,
it
I
matches what we saw.
Yeah, exactly. Again, it might be different in game, but see, I'm looking at it right now. You see this girl crying, jumping into the arms of the dude, and it's like joyful anime girl singing. Like I don't know.
Like I said, Tokyo Mirage Sessions. I called it.
Okay, here we go.
Probably
We have
the
news.
trailer.
Thank you to the Discord and also Gamatsu. Wow. Okay. Lots of news. Okay, so I don't know.
Lay it down for
I
us.
don't
Come
know.
on,
I
come
don't
on,
know
lay it
who
down.
leaked this, but yeah,
What the-
thank you to Salamono and
Oh
Gamatsu.
yeah, here it is.
So yeah, check this out.
What's in the chat?
Here it is.
Yeah, well, if someone will
I-
pick it up for us. So yeah, here we go. The game is getting an English dub. It is coming via a patch later. So the game is
Okay.
coming out October 14th in Japan, and it has been confirmed that English voiceovers and English subtitles will be patched into the Japanese
Oh,
game,
wow.
suggesting
Wow.
it. So we don't have an official
go.
publisher announcement yet, but like guys, at this point, do you again see why I'm like, okay, guys, this
That's
could come
awesome.
out this year. The JP release is like, guys, English dub is coming.
I
That's-
guess I'm importing it then.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm
just
shocked.
try it in
I
Japan.
mean, no.
like
At
Japan.
this point,
Japan.
I would say
Here's the thing.
at this point you have to remember when that English dub and English text update goes out, it will be day and date with the American release. Like it won't
Well,
be
that's, what
earlier.
I'm, that's what I'm saying, Spencer. Like, them saying like, oh yeah, it'll be patched in later, feels like it coincides with your whole theory of like
December.
early December. Yeah.
Yep.
You know what? Previously, I was thinking like, oh, I think this year might be a little too hopeful. But now knowing this, I think you're actually
shout
I think
out,
it's
shout out
totally
by the way to
Our second
Strange
2021 win.
Depression Redux
I'd have to agree with you, dude. Yeah.
for putting this out there.
You think this game? So you guys think this game is gonna come out this year?
I think so.
Potentially.
I mean, what we
It's
have
totally
right here.
possible.
Can we
Yeah.
please not make a hashtag about this though? Can we just like have our opinions quietly?
Mhm.
I feel attacked.
Monarch.
I just realized the name of
Out
the
of
school
spite.
is Shin Mikado.
Guys,
They did that on purpose.
can we like talk about a weird hypothetical that I have to phrase around differently, but obviously everybody's gonna know? The reverse of Tokyo Mirage Sessions has a new upcoming title coming out, rumored to be October. No, sorry, not October. November.
November.
How funny, and I know everyone's gonna immediately just totally pish on me when I say this. What do you think would happen if this game by former Spin Manmami Babembe developers, this is better than the 5th entry in the upcoming Boku no
No.
Pico saga? I know you're gonna say no, but like,
Uh,
what would happen if, like, by some miracle, this game ended up being more better received by just general video game consumers?
Well, 'cause
And what?
the weird thing is, I wouldn't say that like expectations inherently like
They're
make or
both
break an impression.
RPGs made in Unreal 4.
Well, that's the thing though. I feel like SMP5 has much higher expectations on it than
I
something
also
like
for
this, which is
Steam.
from a much smaller studio.
Well, that's
It's
why.
coming
That's
to
why.
Steam.
That's why
It's
though.
coming to
That's
Steam.
why I wanted to say. That's why I really wanted to say though, to the general populace, because obviously, like people like us who are in like the fandom of it, it's going to be very skewed. It's going to be hard to get people to say like one is better, even if it is more true or not. So like that's why I'm thinking like the general people. By the way, so is Steam official?
Yeah, it is. Let me send you the screenshot.
It's just a Steam taped on the logo. Steamy baby, what I say? Steam coming with the
Steam.
English release. What did I say?
Yes.
Look at that, Steam.
It's almost like Spencer knew this
Spencer.
was happening.
No, Spencer, you've had a spiritual link with this game ever since the announcement.
I was not joking when I
Actually,
said I am one
you know
day
what?
away from becoming just a Monarch Stan
Spencer.
account.
Actually, I just regret my 2022 hashtag. Look at that. 2021 Valve Corporation. It's right there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 2021 release. I don't now regret my hashtag that I did as a joke.
Can't believe this.
You all thought I was smoking the hashish for my.
I really thought you were
December-
smoking something.
December, Spencer, go back to Edda and Eddie. We can't get RPGs. Guys, we live in the Atlas fantasy world. No, these PlayStation 2 games, they take 7 months to release in English. These are really hard to get out on time.
They totally are, though.
Now, like, that being said, what a absolute FU if that is so, like, true. Like, Caligula coming out fast is already like, okay, like, I get it, but that's like a sequel. There's a pipeline for this new RPG, similar devs, same lineage. Literally in interviews, they are calling out their past works with If. And so, like, if they can, like, kind of hit that whammy of, like, bam, 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 the game's out in 4 months, coming out in English in 6 months, basically it's just one big, like suck it to Atlas right now. And not even in, like, a FU kind of way, of just, like, hey, we've got this down without even having a worldwide brand like Atlas does.
I just find it really interesting, I guess, that like they like yeah, this is a brand new game and it's just like it's all ready, like set up, like there's a pipeline and everything. It's like, geez.
Yeah, and they're pretty open about it from what I can tell,
Yeah.
which is a breath of fresh air.
There's a part of me that wondered why.
Finally, something
A
doesn't.
breath
leak.
of fresh
Well,
apples.
I think a large part of, like, the why behind it is, like, think about it like this. What is the benefit to coming out saying, especially if they even had any, like, by the time when this started development, I bet it's safe to say that 5 was maybe announced by the time this entered development in 17. So, like, because there's no way this has been in development for like longer than like 3 years. And the best part about it though is like I bet in their head they were like, oh, 5 will be out way before this is done. And so now they're at this point though of like, okay, you kind of have to just announce this as late as possible in the sense of like, if you don't like, because if they announced this like when they entered development, the first thing people would be saying online is clone, clone. You're just trying to be a clone. You're writing off of like 5 being on the Switch or whatever. And then with this, you kind of just have that thing of like, hey, our game's done. Because guess what, guys? The sad truth about this, through 1 week, Monarch has had more gameplay and more details and more information drop about it than SMT5 has in 4 years?
Yep.
Yes.
Just being a hater.
I am a hater. And I'm going to play both, and I'm going to fucking love it. Either way, this will be a great year for JRPGs. This may be a bad year for AAA games, but JRPGs are eating good this year.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
have a question for you, boys. Is this a day one game?
Oh, 100%.
Say one more time.
Is it a day one
Day
buy?
one.
Like a day one purchase.
Probably, yeah.
Yep.
So this actually,
You know what?
this actually got into my concern. Adam, please go. I'm just interrupting everybody. What were you gonna say?
No, all I'm saying is, unless there's like a steelbook attached, I'll make it a day 2 purchase just to spite all of you.
Ooh, I like that. That's a PS3 move. PS3 Adam would do that. So this goes in my concern that happened 9 years ago when we started this stream.
PS3.
My only
PS3 move for a
concern,
PS3 game.
my only concern is actually more for you all. What is the MSRP you think this game sells for? Because Caligula Overdose, and I think even Caligula, is looking at MSRP of $49.99, which I think is good. Of like having $10 at under retail. Of like, okay, it's not a full retail, kind of implying that budget, while also not being like, hey, it's 30, but like, don't pick it up or whatever. So like, do you guys think this goes full 60? Are we thinking 50 if we're optimistic, or like, what price are we thinking it's gonna be and want it to be?
50 makes sense.
I'm gonna
It
say
makes sense, yeah.
I'm gonna say 60. Just because like Caligula is doing the 50, but Caligula even still like just has like a bit more history. I feel like Caligula is just gonna have like, this looks like it has more reason for it to be 60 than Caligula, I guess is the way what I'm trying to say.
I agree with you on that, especially just because, like you said, there's the history of Caligula, and on top of this, I think this being on a lot more platforms at once, and especially in an era where PS5 games for literally no reason can just be $10 more expensive, I think 60 is a really safe bet.
Hey Spencer, so between Caligula Effect and this, what are you more hyped for?
That's really tough. I'd say Monarch just because it's new, and I've also tried not to follow Caligula 2 too much. Like, I followed its announcement pretty well, but like Caligula 2 has been doing news and live streams, announcements, merch, like a ton, just because that game's really close to releasing in Japan. Like, once the Western press cycle starts grinding up, which it will, I think, July. Like, I literally just talked to NIS about getting started on their media press cycle for Caligula. And so like that's gonna be winding up a lot more of like I'd rather cover the game at announcement with everyone worldwide, but like for the more minute details, like you're just gonna get kind of burnt out on learning about a game that way. But Monarch, like if it was like I had both games in front of me, I'm gonna go Monarch just because it has that new factor, and I think just the general aesthetics really are like my like kind of style.
By the way, talking about the pricing, whenever the first leak, it gave the Japanese pricing at $80 and digitally at $90.
Japan is insane.
So,
They'll charge $130 for Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy. They have no standard on pricing.
So
Not only
I'm
that,
thinking.
but my understanding is that on average in
Yeah.
Japan, people just kind of get paid more, so they're able to do that kind of thing.
Mhm.
At least
I mean,
that's my understanding. But go on.
I don't know. I have nothing else to say.
Yeah,
other
I
than
think
that.
I think we've almost kind of gotten there, unless like anyone else has any like sort of final thoughts with it. By the way, I've been playing the music for like the last like 20 minutes or so. Is everyone else in the same? Are you guys more in the like for the music or against? Because like I'm vibing with it. It feels very much like high energy.
I'm not vibing with it. I don't like you. You like
Don't say trash.
You like idol music.
I do love idol
I
music.
don't.
I listened
I
to a lot
really
of
don't,
BTS
but,
today.
I will
Did you
say
hear Butter yet?
I haven't listened to the anything music wise other than what was in this trailer. I'm not a fan of idol music. I liked what was in that trailer. Fine enough. I know there are those other videos. I just need to get away from you guys to listen to it and really get an opinion. From hearing what you guys said, where it's like kind of orchestral and stuff, I think orchestral could work for this style. But the idol stuff, I guess it just kind of depends on, is it gonna be TMS idol style? Or is it
I
gonna be
wouldn't say
like-
that. So
yeah.
kind of bringing in, and I know this isn't like super fair, but because the composer between Caligula and Monarch is the same, at least for Caligula 1. One of the things I love about Caligula's OST, people don't really talk about, is the overworld music. Like I mentioned, how the battles are kind of seamless between overworld and fighting. When you're not in a battle, it's just all instrumentation. And then when you go into battle, no matter where you are in the song, it just snaps, and then you're right in the middle of that song wherever it was from the overworld with the lyrics there. And so, like, I could see this doing a similar thing of, like, these songs that I've been listening, there's a lot of different songs with, like, vocal recording there. And I bet if you took out all of that and just made them instrumentation, I could see people liking that a whole lot more if you're not really into the whole idol thing. And I always kind of really liked the because I can't think of any other games that did that, of like having vocal songs only when you're in battle, because it adds that kind of extra intensity. Because I think RPGs, especially like JRPGs, kind of train our brain to think when you hear like lyrics in a battle theme, like that's how you know it's going to be like a big deal. Like that's like, okay, let's get real. Like a great example like is, because I was listening to this today because of tomorrow's release, remembering the Genova fight. And like when that music like thematically really changes, like there's no way you're just like you're not sitting up fully in your chair.
I feel like the closest to this specific thing, and even then it's not even it's still fight theme going from instrumental to lyrical, is Metal Gear Rising. And like that is so god tier amazing that
I'm
like
fine with that.
it's still memed, it's still like talked about and beloved and joked about to this day. So I think something like that would be cool.
I guess it just depends how we get, right?
Yeah.
Well,
So you guys think we're gonna get a new Kirby next week?
I'm thinking. Listen, hold out here. I'm thinking we're getting Epic Yarn 2. It's been too long.
I think we're gonna get a new Kirby. It's been too long.
Yeah, it's been too long.
Epic Yarn 2.
It's been 3 years. And it's been 3 years, and usually new Kirby games, and not like the taking the mini game from a base game and turning it into like an eShop game.
Yeah.
They usually have a new base game like every 2 years or so. And it's been 3 years, and we haven't heard anything, so I'm confident we're getting a new Kirby game.
Couple series like that for Nintendo, honestly, because like, unless you count, I guess like, Bowser's Fury, like Mario hasn't had a mainline game since 2017.
Are you not counting
like a
Super?
new one.
I mean, the Paper Mario from last year.
Well, that's not like main, like,
Not spin-off, but mainline.
yeah, like a platformer.
Oh, okay. Well, then didn't you mean? Oh, okay. Sorry, you said Bowser's Fury. I think you meant the Bowser's Inside Story, like 3DS one. My bad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we all got together. This was very messy, but like this energy right here, and I know this might sound like a little hyperbolic, but everyone listening, thank you so much for joining whoever stream you all ended up being a part of. But this is
Yes,
like,
sir.
I feel like the perfect like little kickoff to E3 of just like, even if you're not like in love with Monarch, just the idea of just getting together and yelling at your friends for saying that games look like something from a 20-year-old system, if just like, this is fun. So thank you David, thank you Kuro, thank you Mac, thank you Ozzy for all coming on. Thank you everybody also who just watched live, and double thank you to anyone who donated to be in the Boku no Pico Super Fan Club. Exy, you got close, but Ty at that $9.99. No one was brave enough or financially smart enough to beat that record.
Yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. That was great. It's been great,
Yeah,
guys.
thank you
And
guys.
thanks, Spencer, for organizing this, man.
Yeah, it was fun. Thank you guys. It was an interesting reaction.
It was.
I love you.
I love you too.
I'm leaving.
Mac,
Bye.
hold on. Mac, before you
I'm
leave.
leaving.
Mac, before you leave.
Why? Why?
Selling you on Caligula win.
Oh,
No.
boy. Yeah.
Don't listen
How
to
about
him.
no?
Don't listen to him.
All right,
home.
Dead.
actually, real question. Real last question for everyone as well. I really want to know this, just because the comparisons are like too fair for it to like not be brought up. Has this done anything to interest everyone into checking out Caligula that may not have checked it out before, aka 90% of the people watching this?
No.
Caligula's not
It's
a long
about the same
game.
as it was before.
I mean, Caligula was in the talks the whole time, so I think some people will check it out.
No, but will you all, besides Kuro, because he's very jaded?
Oh no, I won't.
It's just, you could have thought about it. Like, you could have maybe,
Oh
like,
yeah, everyone has a lot of reasons to be interested in the
Dude,
game. You know, a lot of
I'm-
hype. Oh, me personally, no.
no.
never.
I think that looks like shit. No, I'm not.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no,
I'm a-
that
I'm
game's
a-
a piece of crap.
I'm way too busy replaying Yakuza 5 for like the 6th time in 2
I
years.
think Caligula sucks.
I'm trying. I am currently going through Strange Journey and then
Oh.
Strange Journey Redux again.
That sounds like
Uh,
such a not fun thing to do. As your friend, I want you to know I
Horrible
support
idea.
you in what you do, but like, that actively just sounds like a way to say this was not how I'm gonna spend my summer in a fun way. Like, you're gonna look back at this summer being like, I could have played the Yuffie DLC in Final Fantasy VII Intergrade, but instead I chose.
Well, I can't because I don't have a PS5.
But instead I chose CBT.
No. It's okay. You don't have to go play Caligula. Maybe
Oh,
Caligula too.
Caligula.
You know what, Kuro? It's people like you. Let me tell you about you people who got this game. I bet you pulled the delist. I bet it was you who delisted at Atlas West this week, isn't it?
Yeah, I single-handedly just got Atlas to delete.
You
the game.
you
like,
disguised
Atlas.
disguised yourself as a Grubhub driver, and the guy who works on the servers in the back, he got a deep, big old fat hoagie. He slipped a couple of Ambiens in, and he took a nice little siesta. Then you went there, you typed it, you just went, and you're like, okay, Control F, Cal, and then just delete.
Yeah, everything. Forget about it.
This is why we can't have nice things, everybody. Please don't delist your games, Atlas.
What's up with them delisting these games like out of nowhere though? For real.
They ran out of the contractual rights, and
Did they?
they
don't
did
wanna
not
pay?
want to tell anybody. Fun fact: when I asked Atlas why are they delisting their games and not warning people so they can buy them before they're gone, Atlas told me, I didn't know we were delisting our games. When have we last done that? In which case, I just let out my like loudest Family Guy deep sigh of just. It just.
I didn't know this
recorded
is how
that
my
and
night
sent
was
it
gonna go.
Mm.
And but now I'm confused. What's going on? I got distracted by something.
Yeah,
Spencer was just moaning on
yeah,
mic.
just moaning. That's how we're ending this. So everyone just hear
Yeah, I
moaning.
was just like, what the hell? What
Yeah.
the fuck is going on? All right, I'm gonna go to sleep.
Goodbye.
Yeah,
Good night. Have a
Goodbye,
beautiful time.
everybody.
Take care, y'all.
See you guys.
Goodbye. 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 And then there were two. And we just start kissing on the camera. What do you think like would be like? Could we do like is double ASMR a thing? Like if it's just you and me, like if we like pretended like we were kissing, do you think we could like fool anybody like that we are like next to each other?
I think that's just called sexting.
No, sexting is text though. There's no audio sexting.
You have a point.
That's a good point. Everybody, including chat, or if you're somehow suffered through this on the recorded version, oh my god, poor Ozzy. He has a hard copy of this on his hard drive. That took up processing power to make that happen.
You know, you got a point. All right, I'm gonna go to bed. Good night, sweet prince.
Goodbye. Give your best goodnight kisses to everybody. They're gonna order Burger King tomorrow, thinking of those kisses.
Oh gosh, dude, I had that freaking chicken sandwich. It was so bad.
Adam, you'll always be my chick king.
Oh.
He left after that. Thank you all for watching this. My house, I forgot to turn on the AC before this, so it's really hot, and I'm really tired, and I don't want to ever look at a Demon Compendium for the rest of the year, but thank you all so much to putting up with this, all almost 50 of you. I have no idea how this happened, but I love you all so much. Thank you for being beautiful. Monark is not a PlayStation 3 game, and I love you all so much. Let me give you a little kiss. He's a good one.